Okay. This version of the deck is a version that I've been working on for some time. Um, I've been calling it Abzan Maverick. At one point, I was calling this 12 Rot because I ran 4 Reclaimer, 4 White, 4 Knight. And I'd say this is like a different approach on the deck. So let's discuss it. First, starting to like rethink a few things, but I think I'm just gonna run with it. First, I'm running 4 Saga targets in the main deck with only 2 Saga, and I don't love that, but I do have some like OCD when it comes to deck building, and I'll get into that later. But this is where I'm like at the moment. I am running 7 proactive 1-drops that I'm happy about, and then 4 more that I'm less happy about. Turn 1 needle. You're probably not going to go 4 on the play, at least unless you know what you're going against. Turn 1 haywire might kind of sucks, but it's an option. Turn 1 shadow spear is like almost better off not doing it. Turn 1 soul guide lantern, same kind of thing. Again, unless you know what you're going against, like, shadow spear is really the only one that's like kind of truly a dud, you know. Next, I'm not running Cradle. I'm not running Bowmaster, so and also my number of like creatures is kind of slightly down. It's 21. So I think Cradle's a little bit worse in this deck. There are going to be moments where I wish I had it. I know that. I've cut to 1 Talon Gate. I've loved 2, but I don't think I can make 2 work. And I am at 3 Wasteland, which for the most part I think is fine. I've won games against decks like Post and combo decks and stuff like that, having just 3 Wasteland in the deck with like a Knight in play. It can be good to have more. If I wasn't so weird about certain cards in this deck, I probably would do it. But we're gonna just we're gonna stay the course. Last minute changes that I'm deeply thinking about are like putting a haywire might in the sideboard and getting rid of like random map excavator and running 2 endurances in the main deck. But the problem is I really don't want to run more endurances in my deck than Knight of the Reliquary. It's been a weird thing with me. But it's just one of those things that I kind of won't do. I'll run more in the sideboard than I have in the main deck, but I won't run. I'll run equal, but I won't run more endurances than knights. It's silly, yeah, but that's just like the decks that I build. I tend not to do that. Scythe Cat is one that I'm trying out here. I have had moments with this card where I thought it was great, and moments with this card that I thought it was like not so good. I do think it's like a good card, but I definitely think you're playing this card. By playing this card, you're going, I am more aggressive, or like a Nadu deck or something like that. In the builds like Punishing Maverick, where I kind of just want to sit back a lot of games and just win with like Sylvan Library and card advantage and like punishing fire loops and turning lands into sagas and getting that kind of gameplay going. I don't think the cat is going to fit, but I think in a list like this, it has a lot of promise. I'm also running Teague main deck. It's seeing a lot of show and tell. And game 2 Teague gets a lot better than game 1. So I'm not sure how happy I am going to be about having the Teague in the main deck. That's where I'm at in the moment. Things that I did want to try. Actually, let me turn the display back on. I should have just moved it. I like 4 Thoughtseize. I like 4 Pyroblast. I kind of wanted a 3rd Force of Vigor, but I'm opting not to do it. I also still think the graveyard decks are going to be around. I'm going to run these. I am particularly going to be weak to Oops in this build because I'm going to have 4 Endurances, and that is really it. I'm not playing ley lines. Yes, if I'm on the play, a vacuum, a spell bomb, a Thoughtseize, a soul guide can do a lot of work, no doubt. But typically against Oops, you lose game 1, you win game 2, then you lose game 3. I really don't like the deck, so I'm kind of hoping to dodge that. Another thing that's on my mind and another area where I am stubborn is I'm not running a lot of basics. Also, no Surveil Land in this because I'm running 2 Tigers in here. What's the word on this? Blight of the Reliquary is really good against Stompy. However, when you only run 1 basic, you will likely have some regrets because White of the Reliquary might be able to bail you out with a white mana or a black mana. And I don't have the option in this current configuration. I've always liked the Reclaimer Knight count at 4 or 5. Yeah, I know what you mean. And Fateless, this is where I came at the moment. So the reason why it's 6, and I'm usually with you, I've done 8 and I've liked 8. I've done 12 and like 12 was pretty cool. But I want to have, how do I put it? 5 mana dorks is what I want. 6 is possible as well. But I really like having 5 mana dorks. Next, 6 is my minimum on proactive green creatures. Proactive turn 1 spells, I should say, that I'm happy about. And I'm pretty happy to go turn 1. I'm very happy to go turn 1 Bird or Noble or Great Sun. I am kind of happy to go turn 1 Reclaimer, but I am not happy to really go turn 1 Haywire Might or turn 1 Soul Guide Lantern. So part of the reason why I'm playing the Reclaimer at 2 is because I wanted to keep the 1 drop proactive pretty high. The second reason that I'm going to 6 is because I think white is really good, and I couldn't imagine running just 1 Knight or just 1 Reclaimer. So that's why we're at 6. I also, if I ran a Cradle in the deck, I think I could talk myself into like a Hex Drinker. I also do not like Safekeeper that much. I think I'm in the minority with that. I think Safekeeper is a fine card, but it's like it's another example of like, would I want a Safekeeper sometimes with Greed Sun Zenith? Yes. A turn 1 Safekeeper though kind of stinks, especially when you don't have Reclaimer, because if they just bolt the Safekeeper, like there's almost no way you're gonna sacrifice your land turn 1 to keep your Safekeeper. Like there's probably some crazy situation where you will, but most likely you will not. So that's why I want 6 today. Sorry, it took me forever to spit out. Um, Cards that I think I would probably end up cutting at this point. I'm either A, going to go F the red splash at this point. I want non-taigas and shit like that in my deck, perhaps something else. And it can't be basics here because, well, actually one of these could be a basic, but not both. So that might be the thing. Like, damn, I would trade in a taiga for something and another taiga for a plains. But I do want to keep. This is 15 green lands. I do want to keep around 14 or 15. Next is Excavator. I think is close to being on the chopping block here. I think Excavator is a card in Punishing Maverick that I love because the games go longer. I like having a little bit higher of a top end here because I'm only running 2 Knights and 1 Grist. But I think Excavator might, with only 3 Wastelands and 2 Sagas, it might get worse. Yeah. Yeah, one gate. Then the Teague in the main deck. So at that point, if I kept the red splash, I could see just trimming like a Pyro and a Thoughtseize, and maybe you put some Endurances in the main deck or something. But yeah, I kind of ended up here due to like some of my own personal deck building restraints. I also think this is probably a meta where a 3rd Force of Vigor is worth considering. A lot of stompy decks. And I want to say like Stompy, I think, is probably going to be a top 3 deck at this point. Played wise. It didn't get nerfed. And I think Blood Moon is still very good. And Soul Lands are still very good. And obviously Fable and other stuff are good. Get some music going soon. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Not. Oh, no way! I clicked Mulligan. Oh God, Mark, what are you doing? I mean, this is probably better though, to be honest. Just kill me turn 1 anyway. All right. So I'm leading this as a blocker. I think the good news is I was going to die anyway. The Haywire might actually would have been pretty good here, though. I did mull that. GG. Yeah, very good one. Is it just Muxus? Oh, cool. Yeah, that deck was sweet. Matron. Okay. Yeah, I really liked it. Munitions expert. Okay. Good one. Gosh. Lots of regrets here. Because if they have the black land, my thing dies. So I think I just have to do this so bad. Yeah, I thought that deck was pretty sweet. I don't know how good it is compared to other stuff, but like I do think it's pretty sweet. All right, so now my white is going to be a 4/4, but their lackey is going to probably take over. Uh okay. Moloch is tempting here. Deck was bad, dang. Okay, I think it's Moloch because I think this card will take over, but I really don't know. Going to be hard to recover from two lackey hits. That is kind of like I gave my opponent 6 mana. No attack? Okay. I've been tapping wrong. I am nervous. I'm not even sure what this shit does, to be honest with you. If your speed is less than 4, you gain 1 speed. Okay, but then what? I guess cards will tell you what they do when you have speed. Um, I think Bird is better than once there because I hit my land drop that turn, and then I'll have one more land next turn. Hey, thank you for the follow. I'm pretty sure that's better. It's like, yeah, I lose mana efficiency this turn, but the next turn I get extra mana. Okay. Second one. Okay. No surveillance in the deck. Not bad. Land, creature are the only things, so it's not that good actually. Let's once. Excavator's decent here. Trying to think of what cat does. I think it's Excavator, so I can get the Dryad back. I did not make a land drop this turn. Yeah. Okay. This song. Two princes kneel before you. This is like the most 90s song ever, I think. You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. Alright, I gotta stop. Sometimes it just gets you, you know? Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. White, green, thing, thing. Okay. I think I might have a chance here. Gotcha. Little Miss can't be right. It's the other hot joint from them. It's the other one. I don't think the Spin Doctors had much after this. I could be wrong, but a lot of thinking to do here. The good thing is Shadow Spear is next turn, and if you put that on white, it's okay. That's bad. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'd have to make this a 6/6 to survive with Talon Gate. This is big trouble. I'm not even sure this is enough to survive, but I think that's the biggest possible damage mitigator. Yo, 420. I did not hit her. Thank you. Thank you for the continued support. Appreciate you. We live. Okay. Just wondering if I can afford to attack here. How would that work? I would equip a construct, attack. Yeah, I think we would attack with a construct, leave knight back. And I think we put this on Battlecry Goblin. Battle Space Cry Goblin. Could have needled for one more that turn. Yeah. Yo, Alec, good to see you. How you been? You got married. Yeah. I know you were busy. Hard to believe it's been nearly a year. You gotta be kidding me. I won target game for each game type among games. I've never won game. Oh, Moses. Yes. Yeah, I should have done that. One more damage might have been really important in that game. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. I'm such an idiot. No, I mean it though, really. Thank you. Um, Gosh, I don't even know what to do here. Like these two are badge. No shit. I did not hear. I did not. No, I did not hear. All right. Fuck. I'm gonna go through the stupid Tommy was say you thing, and I didn't hear about that. It's just once it gets in my head, it fucking loops. I did not, you know. And it's just like, dude, Shut up. But yes, I uh when is target event? I would like to support the troops. It's tough. It's endurance versus force of vigor. Sometime in July. Wow. I'm coming up there in May. I had no plans for July, but I would like to do it. So, for those who don't know, last year, from June till July, I lived in Brooklyn. And I kind of had the time of my life. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I live relatively frugal. Um, and I kind of lived like a trust fund kid. I spent an insane amount on rent, or it was an Airbnb. It was like $6,000 fucking dollars for a month, and it was like a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. It was nuts. Like, just unreasonable price for being alive in a location, in my opinion. Um, but I drank like $6 coffees, and they were good coffees, and I ate breakfast at a bodega, and yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, you know all about it, Alec. I think Staten Island kind of, the way I understand it at least, like you're over that bridge, you know. This might be the most important play of the game. I think I'm gonna go for the white. Oh yeah, there was a song request. Don't turn around. Uh, the other, the other joint. Little Miss can't be wrong. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Not that I partake in that lifestyle anymore. Cool. Um, that was big. If you wanted to burn, it was there for you. I'll put it that way. Are we dead? Probably. We are not dead. Um, with rapscallions. Yeah, I mean, I lived a pretty insular life otherwise. Like, I like, just kind of played Magic at the Gathering on the weekend when I could. Um, nothing, nothing too wild. But it was cool. It was cool living the New York hipster life, I will admit. You missed the music? Oh yeah, when I was in Brooklyn, I was having streams where I was living in a one bedroom apartment and I couldn't play music because it would have been super duper loud. Like when you have your headphones on, you talk louder. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You remember. Yeah. I had the ASMR like I'm going to be making a play, and I believe that leading with the Birds of Paradise will allow me to have red mana. However, not having the Exalted ability could backfire in the event that my opponent opts to play a Teferi. Like I kind of had that going. Yeah, those were the days. I think I got to do 2 or 3 weeklies when I was there, and it reminded me of the monumental effort that human beings make to play Magic. You know, like Force of Phil straight up walked to the game store and probably had a million jillion dollars in his bag of Magic cards and just made the trek. What? Search target opponent's library for 3 cards and exile them, then that player shuffles. Wow, okay. I mean, this is spicy. I haven't seen that in years. I remember 2009. I mean, honestly, I think they should just name swords and remove 3 swords. Knight, and white. Okay. Oh, that's bad. Um, I think we're just dead here, right? They could chuck that at me. Oh, they also have a ringleader. I should just scoop here. I probably should have scooped then. I just like revealed my deck. But there's nothing to lose at this point other than time and life. Guess I get to see more spicy cards. out of them, but I don't think that's gonna change my game plan at all. Yeah. Uh, munitions and skirk. Okay. I take 4. I could take 8. Wow. I mean, I think they got it anyway, but I don't love that play from them. But Garfield time. I don't know. I'm actually kind of thinking about Thoughtseize. Is that crazy over the endurances? At least on the play. I think I'll give that a shot. All right, yeah, we'll see if that's good. I think we ramp anyway, though. Like, Thoughtseize will be pretty good later as well. And if they play a lackey, I could just maul lock it. I've not seen Vile out of them. And this might be the game. Right, yeah, let's small lock, I think. Other option is like Thoughtseize Reclaimer here. I think it's still Moloch. Munitions? No. Munitions, okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's really good. I think it's really, really good. Um, all right, let's get some info here. If I had a second Arbor, I think I would. Next turn. Okay, that's a good one. So play, target their card, white, green, Knight of the Corella Quarry. Jeff plays Chromox at Blood Moon. Play Thoughtseize turn 3 is not correct, sir. So this is game 3. I didn't see any of those cards. I know what you're saying. I didn't see any of them. I didn't see Aether Vial. I didn't see Chromox. So I didn't even see Muxus. So I think like your analysis like is probably more often going to be correct. But I think this player is just kind of doing what they want. They were even playing that Prowl card. So like there's just no telling. Okay. I think Random App Excavator is probably the move here. I'll get my basic off of a fetch. Okay. Feeling pretty good. There's 4 mana. There's Matron. Muxus. Okay. Oh, they're at 3 speed. Not the droid I was looking for. We just sit back here. Random app has been very good. I know I said at the beginning of this stream I wasn't too convinced on it, but it's been very good. think we're gonna win. Excavator and Knight together. He's feeling really good. I don't know. Should I even bother? I guess. Not too sure what else I could get here. It's like a Savannah or something. I don't even want to take any more damage, I don't think. I might have had lethal. I didn't even pay attention. I don't think I did. But yeah, here we go. Sometimes I get so far ahead, I just think about how do I not die. I don't think about their life total. Cool. Really cool version of the deck. Nah, no aura mutation. I owe you though. Thank you. This playlist has been growing and growing. I think it's close to 3,000 songs at this point. Um I'd say I try to put things on that I think the general public will like. But every once in a while I do put on things that I'd say like are a little bit more niche. Just and sometimes people are like, "Holy shit, I love that," and then sometimes other people are like, "What is this garbage?" Um, uh, not that I can recall. At least for the decks that I build, I could be missing something though. That's really good. It's gonna be hard to beat. All right. Have to go all in on damage here. Hey, what about you? Anything catch your eye? Malevolent Rumble. I'm not sure what that is actually. Let me check. Card. Malevolent Rumble. Reveal. Oh, that card. Uh, I've seen it big in other formats. I have not tried it myself though. Second Sylvan. Eight. Yeah, it seems like a good home for 8 mulch. Yeah. It's like kind of 1 mana, but you can't turn one it too often. I think they're gonna go for it. That Caracas top deck was kind of ridiculous. Like sometimes I feel bad. This is not one of those times. Like this is a cool deck, you know, but I this is a sorry not sorry kind of sitch for me. Think we just need to get in that ass, huh? Yeah, that was silly. Sylvan's usually one of the mirror breakers too, so I feel pretty good about that. Depth players hate this one easy trick. Okay, so I don't love this. Don't love that. I think those two are good. I think graveyard stuff is like not great here. Graveyard stuff is not good. Brings in endurances. Okay, let me think about what I'm even talking about here. Um, I'm definitely the beatdown in most games here. You could turn all your tokens into wastelands, though. Yeah, this is tough. White is pretty solid. I think Soul Guide probably has the highest upside here. Gosh, I really don't know. Sylvan Library like is definitely really good in the mirror though. That I did get pretty lucky. Like I think I won the dice roll too, so that helps. They're playing once. That's interesting. I don't think Depths typically does that. Wonder if there's gonna be Mox Diamonds or not. They reveal Dark Depths, so they're all in here. Probably that then. Oh, God. I clicked Scrubland and I meant to click. This is bad. Shit. Oh, that's so bad. I meant to click Savannah and Scrubland is right next to it. I've not done that in years. Oh, it's so bad. Yo, good to see you, Saito. Oh, that's really bad. All right. Pretty mad at myself here. All right, well, we could just continue to top deck like gods. Another option. The feeling when you play terrible, but you're still up. No, I'm not going to be tapping that wasteland. I'll get my only Taiga. Not my only Taiga. My Taiga here. Because Moloch is in the deck. Thinking about I guess it's just white here. Don't waste? Uh, no, I have Talon Gate. Yeah. I think I'm gonna be okay. This next turn is gonna be tricky, I think. I think this works. I have 3 green and 1 black, right? Green, green, yeah. Okay. I think we're fine. So if they have plow, I still live. There you go. Cool. All right, I'll be right back. Whew. It was a little close. The way I would have lived if they had plow is I would have sacked the Haywire Mite and I would have went to 21. But if they had like Path to Exile, then I die. So yeah. Really good start. Not playing the hottest either. I'm making some mistakes and I'm still winning, which feels great. So, sometimes it's how it be. Overall, this list is feeling pretty smooth. Um, White, very good. Knight, very good. Caracas Wasteland, been excellent. Random 2-0 with the sheltered. Sorry, I missed that. It was too intense. I think I need to try the sheltered stuff, Saito. Dougal was doing it. You've been on it, and I think it's worth a shot. There are plenty. Yeah, there you go. Moloch is really, really good. I was saying this in the Discord. I am more likely to play 4-color than I am 2-color. I don't think I've ever played a Legacy 2-color deck. I just I undervalue basics. I think it's because I look at Wasteland like a 1-for-1 trade, and I'm like, what's the big deal? You get wasted, you know. They spend their land drop hitting your lands, you know. What's the big deal? I'm not saying that's always correct. Night of the Reliquary and stuff like that, where like you're getting wasted every turn is like kind of a nightmare, you know, loam and stuff like that. Absolutely. But I think most of the time for me it's Blood Moon. And the ones that feel the worst are when you could have fetched a basic had you had it in your deck, but your deck building decision didn't let you do it. That's when you're like, huh, am I wrong? Am I the one that's wrong? Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Yeah, who cares about that? Well, like, you know the way, like, yo, Dougal, I swear, every time I look at my phone, not every time, I get that notification that you went live. It's like 6 a.m. and I'm like, man, I'm really glad you're getting to play though. Like, I know that's just the way things are in your life. Like, you work and then you have that time slot, and it just works in your life. But it's hard to catch you. I'm a night owl too, typically. Like, I have a job where I have to wake up. I have to be there by 9, and I work remote, so like I'm like up at like 8:45. You know? Yeah, I seen. Gotta check it out on the YouTubes. The player on Twitch isn't quite as good, which is kind of annoying. No, gonna be that one. Yeah, sheltered ghost thing seems bueno. Okay, let's. Ah, the main deck needle has been doing work. Yeah, I know the feels, man. The windswept heath. Hey, chop. Oh, They hit, like, I'm going to go for this shit no matter what, but I'm pretty sure they hit the button to pass turn. Hit that Uro. Yeah, I didn't even notice they pitched an Uro. This game is just like lining up like really well for me. I'm not even playing that well. I think I'm just drawing the things and just yes this, yes that, yes this. Like I fucking hit an Uro that was in their graveyard. Safekeeper, okay. Another nomad. All right. I think we can't trip the stupid thing. I think they have enough lands to do the things. So I'm just gonna pump. Attack for. Should I attack? Fuck it, whatever. I'm not thinking about shit. You can't make me. That might be it. Just drawing the right cards. Brainder. Brainder and Pond Storm. Ooh, song request. What we got? Nadu, yep. Right. Not very good. Yeah. I do net a card doing that. That's pretty good. Not too sure why they're doing it that way though. That doesn't seem worth it. Oh, they didn't want to bounce it? Nah, I don't think that's what you ought to do, opponent. I think that's pretty loose. Okay. Saga, I guess. It's kind of unfortunate, actually. Each opponent loses life equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. I have 1, 2, 2 creature cards. Um. All right. I think we do this. Hit their yard. Make thing. Equip thing. Just wondering if I down tick it, but I don't think I do, because then they could just kill it. So I'll just up tick it. It's Wasteland, but it's Wasteland plus they draw a card. So not too thrilled about that. And I hate to say it, I think they're kind of killing themselves doing it this way. Like whatever they're doing here, I don't think is a good way to do this. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Well, now they win the game. All right. I mean, I guess I'll see the deck. I'm tilt for sure, but I do want to see the deck. Yeah. They don't have Bristly Bill. That endurance is pretty annoying. I think they're getting too fancy. I don't think this is getting them ahead. I could be wrong. Maybe it is. Yeah. Like Bristly Bill, I thought was exiled. Not to say they can't win from here, but It's like whatever I do gets counterspelled. You got to assume that. Thank you. I'm gonna need it. What? Um. Yo, Harry. I'm not having sex with you right now, Walters. Walter. Put your dick away, Walter. It's called the MTGO clock, Harry. Ever heard of it? Ever heard of it, Harry? Ever heard of it? Yeah, they need to hit the grist. Yeah, I did. They are exiled. So, like, I'm dead, but they have to do a lot of things to make sure that I die. Bristly Bill is exiled with a bog. Just in case the opponent wants to be cringe. They also have an exiled, what's it called? stupid thing. Or, oh, there it is, yeah. Like, I understand every turn they're gonna do Teferi, bounce endurance, and then they have the inevitability. I get it. MTGO clock. Ever heard of it? Uh, Nothing we do matters because they refill their hand with their entire deck every turn. Yeah. So like every turn they have like 3 plows and a force of will or something. You know what I mean? Like it's just none of it matters. But it does take them a lot of time to do that. Which is one of the reasons why it drives me crazy when people go, the MTGO clock is not relevant for why this deck isn't quite as good. And I go, yeah, it is. It's a factor. Whether it is as big of a factor as I say it is, that could be argued. But it is absolutely a factor on MTGO. In the tightest of tight games, where you have jerks like me who don't want to scoop, I think it'll come up sooner or later. I think you're a good player. You'll often do the right thing. You know, it's going to happen less for you than it would some other nerd. That doesn't mean it won't happen. Like they're at 12 and I'm at 17. Like, block. Replace frogs with Nadu. Yeah, exactly. Like, we're going to end this game, and I think I'll have like 16 minutes plus, and they will have 12 plus. Now, do I think they're being a little crazy right now by drawing their entire deck? They don't need to be doing this loop right now. That's kind of their own fault. So I do think that, like, they're playing it like they would in paper by trying to do these loops like perfect, and I think that's going to bite them on MTGO. But I think they have a profound understanding of how their deck works. I just think, like, there's no reason for them to do this to get 8 cards in hands here. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, there's no reason for that at this point in the game. Oh, is it? Sorry. Oh. All right. So now they have 11 minutes. I think they're going to end with about 10:30 on their clock. Three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah, I think that's lethal. I have a wager with you. If they time out, I'll donate 10 subs, but they don't, you have to stream a league with oops. Gosh. I mean, that was game 1, right? I think that's a risky wager. I think that's a risky wager, Harry. Because, like, I think that this is a good player who understands their deck well, but they are they're playing MTGO, and I think that's part of the problem. Einstein 998. Like, I think they're doing the loop even though I have no chance of killing them. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's incorrect. I would say. Yeah. Yeah, like, I could tell that this is a good player and I'm kind of scumbagging them, and it doesn't feel good. I will say that out loud. But with that being said, I don't think they should end the turn with all those cards in their hand doing the loop when it takes time. Now, could I be wrong? Maybe they should. Maybe I'm not the one who knows things. It's possible too. I think playing fast, I think they're clicking fast and all that kind of stuff. I just don't think that they should be making that decision. You know what I'm saying? But I could just be dead right here. I will accept the wager, Harry. Actually, you know, I don't think they're going to time out because I think the game is just going to end. Like, I think they're probably going to win this game. But if it went to game 3, I think they would. I'll say with the caveat, if it goes to game 3. Is that acceptable terms and conditions for you? Yeah, yeah. Best draw here, probably just another like Green Sun Zenith. I mean, you just kind of hope they get some non-basics, but oh, this is so awkward. I think I have to do this though. This could just be the game. I think they have an endurance. This is a good one. Yeah, little girls, I think it's probably the one. Good one. Don't love this wasteland, but we're doing it. Yeah, he's definitely gonna talk mad shit. Oingo Boingo? Is that a JoJo's reference? Actually, I don't know if it is. I know Yes is. Bye bye night. I think we cash it in now. Not having a red land that is also white has been painful this game. Yeah, that is true. Saga as well. Hmm. I think I'm gonna do a deck thin fetch here. It's like that desperate. I don't have any surveil lands. Oh, oh no! I meant to kill the other one. That was weird. Ugh. Ugh. All right, that's not what I wanted. I guess now I can attack with Dryad Arbor. That's not what I wanted. Oh, it's frustrating. Yeah. I didn't see Green Sun Zenith the first game. Maybe I exiled it and just didn't notice it. But I didn't see it. Well, that's really bad. Okay. Yeah, I know. It'd be nice. A red splash. But you could see the way they have 6 minutes on the clock here. Like I think I would have won if this had gone to game 3. Also, blocking, dealing damage the way I did, forgetting that magic. It used to be the order, and then you have to put the 1 and the 2 now, just like spacing out on that. Definitely biting me here. And just being a bad sport at this point, I will quit. Yeah, see, if we would have went to game 3, I think that would have been it. That took them. First game was like 13 minutes, and me scooping there when they had about like 6 minutes left. I could have probably have drained another minute or two, probably another minute. So yeah, I think I would have won that bet had that gone to game 3. Oh, marbles, 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 marbles. Yes. Oh, not that. Look, I don't want to argue with Harry. I'm confidently just going to respectfully disagree. The deck on MTGO, even in the hands of a good player, is going to lose some proportion of the games due to the fact, like a Lauren, it takes forever to kill you and click. And just how big of an influence that is, we could argue that. And I think that like, you might have a good point there, but it's absolutely a thing. Like the ability to like click, 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 click. How long should I force a will this? Should I not? It's going to be a bigger factor in that deck than it is many others. But I think it's not. Maybe I'm making more of it than it is. But also, you are on the upper echelon of Magic the Gathering players. Like you're not your average Joe, Like you're winning more events than most people, you're trophying more than most people, you know. You're going into events several times, maybe even several times a week. You're playing the average Joe who picks it up once in a while. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna lose some games. Well, press exclamation point play if you'd like. to play. Yeah, maybe it's not as big of a factor as I'm saying it is, but it's definitely a thing. It may be how big it is. Maybe I'm overblowing it. Yeah. That player, I think, is a good player, but I still think if I would have won that game 2 in a nail biter, like let's just say I top deck the thing before they get the combo out, or if I just would have killed the stupid safekeeper like I meant to, I think that goes the distance. We could agree to disagree, but I think that goes the distance. Anyway, I definitely respect what you're saying, Harry. I don't want to tell you I know better than you. You're playing the deck. You're playing a good amount of Magic, but I've seen it happen with like Aloran and other stuff. Exclamation point play if you want to play. I'll get started in about a minute. For those who are new here, this is Marbles. The winner will get a code from me for 120 play points. All I ask is that you just message me so I can send you the code. Yeah, like I guess like I think the real question, if we want to quantify it, would be the way we'll take like a straightforward combo like Charbelcher or like Oops, right? If the combo of Nadu and a creature was Oops, how much better would like just dead right away? You know what I'm saying? Like just like Thassa's Oracle touch the board kind of like win. You know what I mean? Like as far as game actions go, it just happens and then it says GG, your opponent loses. How many more games would a good player win than lose out of 1,000, out of 10,000, whatever? And if the answer is like, I think 2 games out of 1,000, then it's like, yeah, it's nothing. If the answer's 1 game out of 100, maybe that's nothing. But like 5 games out of 100, I'd say is significant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it can. It's just that like I'm saying like going through your whole deck and like having like we'll say like a non-deterministic, I don't want to say non-deterministic, a win that isn't just like game over like Thassa's. Like when you're going non Thassa's Oracle builds. Because of time like 1 in 100 or less. Okay. So that in your take, a competent player will lose 1 out of 100 games, not even matches, and that's just an estimate. Could be even greater. As long as the servers are reliable and hashtag snipe, that's probably the biggest factor. Okay, let's get started here. Yeah, like we're going to assume high tier player for that, because if it's low tier player and high tier players, it's probably really hard to guess. Wits End taking an early lead. Cringe Strass Daddy. If I win, I'll give it to the second place player. Looks like somebody who left or something. There's like a mystery ball that's ahead of me. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, that may be the case. I am definitely not a fast MTGO player. Like, that's for sure. I am on the slower side of that. Prince Strass Daddy in first. Stancil in second. And Mystery Ball in third. And like I've played a little bit of Nadu, but I haven't played like I've played Nadu in decks with Shuko, not with like the other card, Nomad, you know? So second place is first place. So if I do win this, which it looks like I'm going to, it's going to go to the second place player. So I'll just keep an eye on second. Yeah. There could still be some bullshit, okay? I've seen it happen to you too often. Nah, that's you, Stancil. Stancil with the second place, which is really the first place. Congrats. I've won maybe one or two. I used to do a re-roll, but I've stopped doing it because it just takes too long. And Harry seventh. Yeah. Loki'd ninth. Oh. Rigged. GG's. And then Mangork dies at the end for some reason. The first one to die. Yep. Stancil, yeah. If you can message me on Discord or Twitch, whatever you prefer. Whichever one's easier for you. I'll by the end of the night, I'll make sure I. Oh, did I click race again? I didn't. Okay. Yeah, if I got a little animated, Harry, I apologize. I just definitely one, I hate that deck, and two, I misplayed, and it makes me more angry. Cool. You're welcome. Thanks for playing. Alec, yeah, great seeing you. Hopefully I can make that event. Have a great night. Um, Clowns in my coffee. Clowns in my coffee. I would. That's not what you want in your coffee. Not the kind of pick me up I ordered. Um, because of the needle. She said Saratoga. Um, I'm less scared of them like brainstorming this turn with the Tameo because of the Caracas and the needle here. Down the beanstalk. Am I right, ladies? Yeah, you gotta click I accept the terms or conditions, and then Jeff Bezos. You don't read them, and then it's either human centipede or Jeff Bezos goes to your house and asks your significant other for a kiss. He doesn't ask, actually. That's the worst part. It's not an ask. Yeah. It's gone overboard, Matt. It shows Earl. Okay. Yeah. That's the rules. I didn't make them. I'm gonna keep these in hand. I really don't know what to do with them. No idea. I know, like sometimes, like people will like I know like you'll say that to like a musician, and they're like, I've been creating albums for the past 20 years, and you're just not buying them, you know. But yeah, I have not heard any of that from her. I always thought I was strong enough to be your man, though. Like I've been training. Yeah. I'm feeling like this Soul Guide Lantern might eat a Force of Will. Yeah, like a 2024, you know. She thought she was gonna be right back at it, you know. But then I hold the needle too. It doesn't feel good holding the needle. No, I should draw, I think. Yeah, I think Tamio is what I'm gonna wind up naming, if anything. I think they're gonna force of will this. Okay, it's even worse. Alright, yeah, we're actually in pretty big trouble now. That's probably gonna swing the entire game. Seasoned scholar. Arctide? 1, 2, 3, 4. The 7/7. All 2 cards. Yeah, we're in trouble. They chose Tamiya. Oof. Pretty brutal. Cool. Yeah, I know I had to agree to some terms and conditions today in order to use Twitch chat. Twitch chat, show me this guy's balls. Awesome. Twitch chat, show me Matt's balls. Always think of that with like when you see those like you talk to AI, you know, and you're like, Google, show me this guy's balls. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it is, Matt. It's just the way it is. It's a dangerous game with Jeff Bezos. well, that's lethal. Yeah, I heard legend has it at work that you're a maverick. Guys being dudes. Nothing's better than that. What's better than this? Guys being dudes. Yes. It's a good thing. Yeah, now I'm doing it. They said he was crazy. Get out of here. One man. Um. Do I want thought sneeze? Hey, vicious ninja. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. I second that. Bringing in a lot of non-creatures. Maybe I take the once out. Needle for Tamio seems good. Hmm. Maybe Moloch not so good. Try that. Volta. Ooh, this is tough. God, I don't think I can keep it. Oh, big punish. No, come on, dude. Well, this is way worse. Pretty sad. We are GG'd. Damn, that first hand was not that bad. Like, I don't know. It just is. I think we have the scoop. It's like I can look at their hand and go like, yeah, we lost this one. The mullet four here, it's so bad. Um, I'm happier with um there's positives to the bands. Um I wish they would have done different things, but yeah, it's complicated, I suppose. My feelings about it. Um yeah, well said, Harry. Um. All right. I'm gonna do this now. And then I am going to waste the Triumph. That should delay Uro. I think they're going to cast the second Uro. Nope. The Beanstalk first. Oh, they did cast the second Uro? I'm losing track of things. That is kind of silly, huh? Like, that's... It's game over. I don't know why I'm playing this anymore. I mulled the 4 and I made kind of a weird play. I just had to fade blue land here. Looks like we will. They're gonna ending it. Oh, even worse. Yeah, I'm scooping. It's over. Mulled a 4. I probably should have kept the 7. It was really sus. I don't know. A lot of people I've seen board out once, and I tried it. I didn't like it. Fox, yeah. Stage. Another Malevolent Rubble. Seeing this a lot today. It shows Beseiju. Okay. Tabernacle in the Grave. Ghost Vacuum goes. Okay. Oh. I guess we get our basic. In lands, it seems interesting. I doubt it's going to be good enough for Maverick. Maybe Light from the Loam? Loam? Looks like it. Yeah, it's brutal. Wasteland, Fog, and Loam. Sure. Damn, there it is. Yeah. I think if you have a lot of graveyard synergies, I think it's worth considering. Outside of that, I don't think there's a lot of value. I could be wrong though. Tough. I think we just do this, but I don't love it. Oof does turn off a lot of my potential answers here to this loam. Yeah, that's true. Pretty tough matchup. Good to see you, Spy Man. I do think they're off to a good start here. I think I have to go for this. It's not getting better. It's just, I think it's noble. Just get the extra damage in here. I just don't think I'd ever really be able to like reclaimer and pay for it. The fact that they had the Maze of Ith now, though, I think is probably just going to be lights out. That's gnarly. Yeah, that's one thing I like many things about Newton, but Newton is also very willing to like um try different things. So we are dead here. That Ghost Quarter does it. That was a good instinct by them to go for it. The way I fetched. I do want to see if we draw. Yeah, all right. Over. Don't really want that. Moloch, not great. Cub Teague. Oof. Yeah, you know the way I build where like it's a new meta and I didn't want to put the Haywire Might in the main deck, but I didn't want to run a second Endurance in the main deck. Ilzirok. I don't think I am. Is there something good for Legacy that I'm not aware of? I've been kind of living under a rock. More card. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got the email for the early access. It's like a creator program thing, and or was it the email? It was like a message on Discord or whatever, like a ping on Discord or something in that room. Definitely, there was a set that I did like. Volrath reached out to me, and that was kind of fun. That had like the miracle card in it. The fanatic card. I'll try this. It's pretty good. That they would. I don't think I could theoretically die from that. Wait. I think that's good. Definitely, there are times where you want a Green Sun Zenith for a card that says two bodies. That does occur. What's that? The bargain card. Um, so 3 mana, look at the top 4. 2 in your hand, 2 in your graveyard. Hmm. Oh, beans. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. It doesn't seem bad. What would I cut here? Vacuum might. The 3 grave pieces seem great. Force of Vigor is. I didn't really see Saga out of them yet. I could just trim one of them. Like, it's probably there, but I don't know. That might be sus. I mean, this is good, but it could get ugly. They definitely have hands that could punish this, but if I have this punishes graveyard shit pretty well. Oh, there's the Saga. All right. Wow. An explosive start, huh? All right, I have to do some deep, deep thinking here. I think we just play the Ghost Vacuum. I think I just eat the Saga here. Pitch the Maze, yep. 3 is a Oucher. All right. I have one in hand. If it's crop rotation, I don't die. I think this is the turn that you get Knight into play. The punish here is some sort of cycle land. All right. I guess I could have done that end of turn in the event that they had 2 loams. I'm still doing the soul guide. I like that a little better. I get that into play now. You have 1 in hand. Oh, Gregor. Hey, good to see you. Long time no see. Long time no pee, am I right? Yep. Oh, sure. Look at me, yep. Yeah, sorry, man. That was fucked up. That was fucked up, man. I shouldn't have said that. I'm joking. Do you think the Singleton Cat is better than running a Keen-Eyed? They sort of fill the same role, but Keen-Eye's also extra grave hate. So today's list, Cat did not do big for me. I ran both, but Keen-Eyed also did not do much for me either. My instinct would be, if you had to choose one or the other, would be to choose Keen-Eye in a Maverick-y style plow deck. And in like a more of a Newton deck, go with the Cat. Maybe you're right, Harry. Yeah. Maybe just like another white or knight or something might be better. Back in the Legacy with the girls, hitting toddler phase. Congratulations. Time to play some pre-modern. Yeah, pre-modern, I think I've seems like it might scratch the itch in a lot of ways. Yeah. I'd say I've said this before. The bands, am I excited to play Magic? A little bit. Am I excited to play Magic more than I was before the bans? Like 1,000,000%, yeah. Yeah, I had the keen eye as well. Might have been kind of hidden. But I think for this iteration, I would make some changes. Mawlock was pretty good. Now, mind you, I did see it against a Goblin Lackey deck when I was on the play with a Green Sun in hand and a Mana Dork. That's about as good as of a mall lock as you're gonna get. Are two taigas necessary for one mall lock? I would trust yourself and your deck building to answer that question. I will probably just try Abzan the next time I do it. I was really worried about show and tell, so I ran a lot of Rebs. I do remember Achilles especially saying that he felt like show and tell was a pretty good matchup for Maverick, and he frequently played Abzan. So I do wonder if stock up changes that, though. Yeah, that might have been the call for the second one. This is also 15 green mana and Once Upon a Time, so I could have fit that. That might have been the thing. I'm glad you're having fun with it, Harry. Am I gonna test Severance Priest? Severance Priest is a Abzan colored Dijin clerk with Death Touch. It's a 3/3. When that card ETBs, your opponent reveals their hand. You could choose a card from it. If you do, exile it. So you get that you Thoughtseize, but when this card leaves the battlefield, they get a creature. Okay, so it's like that Death and Taxes card, but with Thoughtseize on it. Think so. Yeah, that's what I thought, Stan. So without Thalia, and I think now with stock up, it scares me, but you know, I could be wrong. Fair Nadu, and I was on Mav, felt favored pre-board. I'm a bit rusty. Yeah, I think punishing Maverick versus Nadu, I do feel pretty good against Nadu historically. That's also punishing Maverick with 4 to 5 Pyroblasts in the sideboard. So, and Saga. Punishing Saga Maverick has felt pretty good for me. I was also, but like at the same time, that's punishing Fire, that's Saga, that's Red Splash, and that's before Vexing Bobble got banned, which was pretty nice in that matchup. Especially the breakfast versions, because they couldn't Dread Return or Counterspell. Yeah. Magic's also one of those things. I've said this before, but like, if you're not studying, leagues get significantly harder. So, if you do study, then you're better at knowing the decks and what to build and stuff like that. I have not been a good studier, especially like, you know, really since I started playing MTGO. I don't study nearly as much as I used to. Okay, so if I were to rebuild this list, what would I do? I would probably try Abzan next, but if I were going to insist on doing this Red Splash, which was good today, this would get cut the Cub. Teague probably to the sideboard. And Haywire Might to the sideboard. This opens up. This puts 2 more cards in the sideboard. And You probably don't need 3 saga targets, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, I think the red splash is strong. The problem I'm finding is my own doing, which is I like playing the extra saga tech. You probably shouldn't. If anyone's watching this and looking to build something like this, you're probably fine with just 1 soul guide lantern. And if you want to, your choice of ghost vacuum or spell bomb, depending on player preference, meta, whatever. If you want to beat reanimate, I think vacuum is the better choice. If you want to beat something like dredge, Nile spell bomb is better. If you want a card that you're going to bring in against Delver, Spellbomb is better, but I wouldn't bring in Spellbomb against Delvers. Yeah. Surgicals are probably better. I think Fairy Macabre or something like that. Yeah. And the main reason why is Oops All Spells, I think, is probably why you would do that. Because I think Ghost Vacuum and Nile Spellbomb are probably better against the Reanimate deck. But it's probably pretty close, come to think of it. I'll take Ghost Vacuum over Surgical against Reanimate, I think. Surgical, I think, against that, yeah. And if it's Black-Red Reanimate, Surgical by a million miles, I think. Ley Lines, yeah, that's... I've been stubborn about them. Okay. Here's my theory on Leyline, and then I probably should go. I'm going to say Leyline, Deafening Silence, Mind Break Trap. I'm going to put into a category of cards that will help you win matchups that you probably have no business winning. But typically, those decks are played less. So, yeah, Containment Priest does seem pretty good at Show and Tell and Breakfast. Oops and Cradle, yeah. Oops, you know, you probably need something first, then it's good. But if you're playing Force of Will, then yeah, you probably have something. Those cards will help you win matchups that you have no business winning, but those decks are not played as often, typically, as the other decks. So it's like you increase your win percentage against those decks much higher, but then you have less sideboard cards for other decks that get played more. But then again, how much of a difference are you making? Like, I run into this more than other players where you have like a lot of cards to bring in against Delver, you know? So it's like you're like looking at this and you're like, oh shit, I just realized that I have 7 cards to bring in against Delver. It's kind of like, even if these 7 are better than the cards that you have in your main deck, they're never going to swing the pendulum the way that like a Surgical or a Mind Break Trap or a Leyline would. So like, even though you would probably find room for these against your Delver opponent, you're not increasing your odds, diminishing returns. Yes, exactly. And there is a balance, player preference. I want to say some of my own stubbornness for sure. And I also think, to be frank, there are some matchups that I think I play very well. Like I think I play like against depths very well, against lands very well. I think I play pretty well against show and tell and reanimate. I don't think I play very well against Delver. I think I play well against control, but I don't think I am a Delver matchup. Like I just think the matchup changed too much from the way it used to be when I learned the matchup to the way it is. And Maverick has changed too much, and Delver has changed too much. Because it used to be just survive the early game and then you win. So then I play like that, and I never do the who's to beat down calculus, and then I die to like a Murktide, you know? And I've had years to practice that, and I think I'm better at it, but it is not my forte. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'm probably going to get hit in the head with a frying pan or a rolling pin. Like my girl with like the old Tom and Jerry cartoons, you know. Ban Murktide. At one point I wanted that, that's for sure. I was like, they hit the wrong card. Hey, yeah, Gregor, great seeing you. See. You have a legacy streamer. Gosh. I'm gonna rate a small streamer. They're playing modern, but so if you want to see legacy, definitely check out Harain. Really like Harain. Been doing great stuff, growing, playing a lot, high quality content. But I am gonna raid the smaller streamer who's playing modern, who frequently plays legacy. I think that's just like the utilitarian thing to do. DMV legacy? Oh. All right. That's the move then. Thank you, Harry. Yeah, I'm gonna do that instead. All right. I didn't have them followed on my alt account. Phil Collins 42069 was not following. Thanks for the letting me know, Harry. All right, great seeing everyone. Also, check out Harain if you're not already, and Andre Aprada, rather, who I was gonna raid.